yeah.
Hey, how you doing?
Another beautiful, phenomenal day.
Oh, Happy Friday, isn't it?
Yeah, same to you. Same to you. What's up, chat? What you guys up to, man? Everybody had a good week? Everybody good? What's going on? Anything new?
I'm actually awake this week, which is a good start, isn't it?
Yeah.
Compared to last week. I couldn't believe I'd done that. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, that was so funny. No worries. No worries at all.
That was
bro. What's up, dude? Alex, what's up, buddy?
Combination of hard day working.
Brandon, Miss Chelsea. Yo, y'all, hey, y'all ready to rock and roll or what today, huh? Y'all ready to rock and roll? Yo, Grim Medic, what's up, buddy? Joshua Harder, what's up, man? How you doing? Wade, what's up, bro? What's up? Oh, yeah.
Seems to be a good crowd in already.
I know. You guys are feisty tonight. Yeah? Y'all ready to get a little mental health action or what? Yo, John, my boy Gunner with that good evening, everyone. Hold on. Let me do this. Matt, how was your week?
Yeah, good. Busy as always. Running around. It's that balance really of work, children, sleeping, and a lot of driving. I've been doing a lot of driving recently, so not as much as you guys over there traveling some miles, but yeah. But no, it's been a good week. You know, when you have kind of one of those weeks where you seem to get like little rewards as the week goes on, just like good little things that have happened really. One of them being that my car was okay when I took it in for an MOT and a test. That was a good news. But yeah, no, it's like nice little comments from people as the week sort of went on, and met some kind of new people that I'm working with at the moment as well, which has gone really well. And I think for myself, that's where I think I'm really lucky, because the people that I seem to kind of end up working with are really nice, decent people. They've got the same sort of outlook and ideas about things, so that's good. I feel like I'm always really lucky that way. How about yourself, Chris? What have you been up to?
Doing good. Yo, Harrison, what's up, buddy? What's up, dude? Yeah, just hanging out. I want to show you guys something, man. Yo, chat, I want to show you guys something. This thing is actually kind of cool. I can remember how to do it. All right, let's see here.
What are you up to?
Bam, share. All right, chat, check this shit out. Check this out. Check this out.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Yo, chat, check this out.
Someone attacking a box.
Yep, they're aggressively attacking a box.
There's not wildlife in here, is there?
No.
Is it ticking?
No, not unless a hat ticks. I don't think it does. Look at it.
Whoa, look at that. That's like
it's got a little leather patch.
That's like a Ferrari of baseball caps.
Look at that. Look at that. Oh my God, that looks so good.
How fast does that go?
How fast does that go?
Yeah, it looks like it goes fast.
Wait, what?
It just, I don't know. It's got go faster stripes. It's got it looks like it's got a big engine in it.
Matt, we're gonna have to send you for an evaluation.
You might have to.
Yeah, this is a hat.
Yeah, might have to. No, it looks like a Ferrari kind of type of hat. So I like that. It does look good.
Yeah, I love this thing, bro.
Yeah, that was good.
Matt seems to think a hat is a car. So we'll roll with that. But yeah, I'm really impressed with this. Right, I'm really impressed with this. So chat, keep in mind, right? I get one, but the rest are going to be giveaway items, right? The rest are going to be giveaway items. So I'm pretty freaking excited, right? Pretty freaking excited about that stuff. God, those things look so good. I absolutely love
it. Is that like a limited edition type thing, or is that on your store, or?
Yeah, that's like a limited edition kind of thing.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, it's gonna come out good, bro. Oh man, I'm so excited! I can't wait to get my hands on it. How do we join the giveaway? So there's gonna be two different giveaways, right? There's gonna be two different giveaways off the rip. When I get so one of them is being sent to me, and then the other ones, once that one is sent to me, I'll have it right here live on stream, and then we'll do a giveaway with it. There's gonna be one for TikTok supporters or the subscribers on TikTok, and then one for all the Twitch, right? And then we're gonna kind of go then we're gonna kind of pick in between, right? Like I didn't see how many Gunner. How many are in there? Gunner gets one, and I'm gonna take one, right? But how many are in there in total, Gunner? When it's giveaway, I'm gonna wait until I get the one in. That way, when we do it, like in order for me to make a video of it, I want to hold it in my hand, right? And then I can promote it on TikTok, right? So once I get that, once it gets sent to me, I'll make a video about it, and then we'll pick a date. You know what I'm saying?
I like it. That sounds really good.
God, I can't wait, bro.
They look really good as well.
Oh man, I would have never thought you could get a logo like that to come out that clean on leather.
No, it really does look good. Yeah,
that's all like hand stitched and stuff. I mean, that's just the leather is the leather patches. 6, but when you receive yours, and if you were like, why did they be reordered? Well, okay, so we'll start off with 6. So we'll have a total of 4, right, Gunner? 4 to give away. Because you're keeping 1, I'm keeping 1, so that would leave 4, right? I'm so impressed. God, those things look good.
Yeah, no, they look good. They look good. Is it Gunner that sorted those out for you?
Yeah, Gunner knows a guy who's a leather type of fella.
Okay.
No, Gunner, you get 1 this round. You made that shit happen. I wouldn't accept it any other way. No. You know what I'm saying? 100%. 100%. If anything, you deserve 1 over me, right? Out of all the hard work you put in, bro, 100%. But I'm excited, man. Oh my God, I can't wait to get that thing in my hands. And make a TikTok video about it, and then we'll do a subscriber giveaway on TikTok, and then 1 for Twitch as well. Yeah.
They look like if they look like you'd get one of those, and then you'd need to buy a big posh truck to sort of go with them or something. Yeah, it's like the baseball cap would come first, and then you'd actually go out and buy the truck because you had the cap. I think it'd be have to be that way around.
Yeah. You have to build around the hat.
Yeah, that's the way. Yeah,
I'll buy a hat. So yeah, we'll definitely we'll get the 1 in. I'll make a video about on TikTok about it, and we'll pick a date then, and then we'll, like I said, we're gonna have 2 more after that to give away. You know, so can the hat go in a Dodge or no? It can go whatever your heart desires, Grim Medic. 100%, whatever your heart desires, bro. I would prefer a Dodge over a Chevrolet, if that means anything. Right? I mean, actually, my first choice would be a Ford Power Stroke, right? But we could settle on Dodge, partly because Cummins wouldn't even be a thing, right? If it wasn't for Ford, so we can roll with that.
I see a lot of people moaning about Fords normally over in America. Is that right, or do they? No.
I think it's all just a personal preference. You know what I'm saying?
I always like them, really. They've always been reliable to me.
But it kind of depends too. Like I've always been like a Ford diesel guy, you know. There's like separate categories inside of a category, I guess.
Yeah.
But as far as Ford cars, I've never really been into cars anyways.
Yeah.
My hat and keep it in my Ford truck and wear it on race day. I'm talking about, bro. I'm talking about.
That sounds good.
I love the hat. I mean, that leather, oh my God. That is just insane.
Yeah, no, it does look good. There's not normally many baseball caps that you sort of look at and see that kind of, especially the age I am now, where you sort of think, oh yeah, I really like that. But yeah, no, that looks really nice. It does really, really good.
It's just so clean.
Yeah. Yeah, and like you said with the leather as well, isn't it? That's a good job there.
Yeah, I just never I don't know. Gunner, that dude did a freaking awesome job. Right. I mean, that is just highly, highly impressive. Just look at the detail in this thing. Well, let me get the one out here.
Yeah.
I mean, look how clean that is.
No, it looks good, doesn't it?
Whoever stitched that or stamped it or what, Gunner, how exactly does he do it? Right? How exactly does he do it? I don't know though, but that just
Would that be like laser these days? I don't know. Would it be laser?
Maybe.
It doesn't look. It's not just printed, is it? It wouldn't be. Don't know.
I don't know how exactly they do it.
No.
It's heat stamp.
Yeah. Heat stamp. Okay. Yeah.
Well, that stuff came out clean.
Yeah. No, that's good.
Clean. Yeah, I love it. I'm super excited, Gunner. I'm super excited. Motivated. That just made my week. 100%, without a doubt.
So what else have you been up to other than unboxing hats?
Just getting ready for that move, man. Excited.
Yeah.
I am gonna miss this place. I remember when I decided that I was gonna move back, I drove into town and like all I saw was a bunch of deer and stuff on the road, you know, and I was like,
Yeah.
God bless, bro. Like it just breaks my heart. You know what I'm saying? Like it breaks my
Yeah.
heart to leave here. But I do think it's the smartest choice. I think it's the I don't ever I will never want to regret anything, you know. So
Yeah.
like I just think this is the probably the best move. Right.
Yeah. Does everybody in chat know already? I don't know whether you'd mentioned it during your live streams
I
or not.
mentioned it
Or
last night. For those of
did
y'all
you?
that don't know
Yeah.
what I'm talking about, I am moving back to Houston. Since my dad is you know, on that last run there, I thought it would just only be logical, right, to spend that last time left. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So,
That's good.
yo, Miss Robin, what's up, sweetie? What's up? Oh, that's gonna match my nice comfy hoodie very well. I'll go with the Ford. I have a dislike of Chevy. So that's kind of the plan. I don't know, man. I don't think that any other way would be reasonable or rational. You know,
Yeah. No, that sounds good. Yeah.
it's the first time I'm hearing about it. When you moving, so I'm gonna have the internet. Sorry, chat. I'm gonna have the internet installed next week, right? Next week, and then at any time really after that, I can go. I already let the people know here because the lease ends here on the 28th, and I already gave them the notice. So really, anytime. AT&T has a really good deal on the internet, by the way. Two gigs up, 2 gigs down for like $110 a month, which is not bad for fiber. So
Yeah.
I didn't even know you could go over 1 gig anymore. They also had a 5 gig up and 5 gig down package, but that's $180 a month, and don't really need it.
Yeah.
We'll go with 2 for now.
You'll have to do some last stream walks as well, won't you? Down by the stream and
I don't even know if I have the time, man. I might just load all this stuff up and go. You know, there's just no more river. It's all dried up.
Oh, is it?
Up.
Is it really?
So
yeah.
There ain't much left of nothing.
No.
Hopefully, when I come back to this part, you know, maybe maybe the same area. I already told the landlord, I'm like, hey, listen, you guys are gonna be my first call whenever I get back up. So,
have they got many other places, or kind of just that one, or?
I think just around this one.
Is it? Yeah.
So, I don't know. We'll see how it works out, but I guess on the downside, or well, on the upside, even if I go back to Houston, you know, I'll be close to like the beach where we can do like saltwater fishing, and then close to the farm again where we go spend some late night hunts and all that good stuff. So
I forgot about the farm as well.
Yeah, there's still opportunities out there to get a little bit more on the countryside.
Yeah, definitely.
City life.
Yeah. Is that because you didn't keep your bike, did you? Did you?
No. I had to get rid of that.
Yeah. So does that mean that you might get a bike again, or?
No, nah, especially if I end up moving back up here, it wouldn't really be efficient to move stuff on a bike. I'll be kind of in the same spot as before.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense.
A beach stream, yeah, we could do those for sure.
Yeah.
I grew up in that area anyway, so like I've always done a lot of going out to the beach, a lot of fishing, a lot of late night fishing, and all that good stuff out there on San Luis Pass, which is a beach you can drive down in Galveston. So that's my old stomping grounds for me. So absolutely, especially in the summertime too. You know, we can go make that stuff happen. It'll be fun. It will be fun. We didn't do that, you know. So when I lived in Houston initially, before I moved out here, I did live quite a bit of a ways away from the farm and the beach. But where I'm going now will be a lot closer, right? A good hour closer. But yeah, we can do all that. We do all that, Alex, for sure. I fish off that beach all the time, dude. All the time. One of my favorite spots to go, as a matter of fact. Enjoy the time you have left with your dad. I'll keep praying for him and your family. I appreciate that, Wade. Much love, dude. Much love, bro. So it only makes sense. You know, it only makes sense, Matt. There's just no.
Yeah. No, and I'm kind of I think when I sort of,
you know what I'm saying, Matt, I won't be in that same position. Like it's a matter of moving back in, right?
Yeah.
And I know that most of the reason of me moving out here was to get away from that set of circumstances. But now it's different, right? Now he's at a place, and it wouldn't be like sharing a house, and nobody would be in danger per se, right? So
yeah, definitely. I know when you said that your dad, you know, was as ill as what you did and things. You know, I personally was I kind of thought like how you might be feeling during that time and things like that. So I'm kind of it feels right, really. I was because you only just told me before we come on here tonight, and in a way, it wasn't really a surprise because I kind of wondered whether you would do or not, and I think it's a
Right.
good thing for you. So, yeah, makes sense. And it's that time as well, isn't it? You know, we never know how long people are around for, and things like that as well. And you have to kind of do what you feel is right, which I'm sure that you are doing. But it's valuable time as well, isn't it, to spend with people and near to people and bits. So you never get that back again. So
Yeah, it just makes sense.
yeah.
I mean, in my opinion, you know, but
Yeah,
I will
definitely.
miss it out here. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Right. I will miss it out here a lot. Right. Just driving around and seeing deer as I leave the driveway, you know, like
Yeah. You have to take a few with you.
snatch them up, have the game warden come over to my house and write me a big old ticket.
Yeah.
Having pet deer. Yeah.
You'll have to. Have you made arrangements to move all that baggage away that any women have left at your path?
Oh, we'll just leave that here.
At that place, have it? Yeah, you're going to leave it there, blocking the path.
Whatever. I'm just kidding. So it was a tough decision. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, but I think it, like I said, it's only common sense. You know, like might as well make the best of what you got while you got it. And I was talking with Gunnar about it before I made a decision. We were kind of yakking on the phone, you know, and he's like, he kind of helped reaffirmed it to me. He's like, you're in the position to go wherever you want to go.
Yeah.
Right. Like you don't, like, with what you do, you know, obviously you're paying your bills. Right. So if you have the means, like, why wouldn't you, you know? And I was like, I agree. So huge shout out to Gunnar, man, for kind of yakking with me about that and hearing me out on it. And it was, like I said, it was a tough decision because y'all know this is where my heart is. I mean, everybody knows I made that perfectly clear. But we still have things that can suffice in between, you know, in the meantime. And then maybe later on, we'll be back out this way, you know.
Yeah.
I hope. Right. I hope. So
that's good.
Make it happen. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that sounds good.
How's them kids doing, Matt?
Oh, yeah, they're good. They're keeping me on my toes. No, they are good. That, you know, kind of Grace is such a character. It seems like, was she sort of 10 months old now? But it seems like she's been here forever. It really does. And
that's crazy. It's already been 10 months. Oh my God.
No, it does go. It's gone very quick.
Even sitting on this side of the screen, bro, I'm telling you, it does not seem like it was 10 months ago that you had that baby.
No, but it does seem like she's been here forever. She's a proper little character. You can already see a sense of humor coming out. I'd say that she seems to be quite intelligent as well. So she doesn't get that from me, I don't think. Because like she's so observant on everything, wants to be involved in everything. She's crawling about the floor everywhere now. So like she's keeping me busy just racing after her everywhere. It's you know, that time where everything's of interest. So you're just constantly racing around after her, trying to stop her sticking her fingers into places where they shouldn't be, and
want to touch everything and see everything and all that other stuff.
Yeah, all of that. But she's good. Both of them, they just kind of, even when I'm tired and had perhaps a rough day or anything like that, got anything on, they just instantly kind of just make you smile and laugh, really, because they're always up to something, and they kind of really interact with each other well as well. So like Charlie's just been really good. I'm really proud on how he's been, just looking after her already, and how he kind of sort of, just tries to help her and stuff. But they're forever. He kind of gets to a point where he gets a bit carried away, so he'll start tormenting her, as all big brothers do. And as like a 10-month-old baby, she'll kind of laugh for a little while, and then all of a sudden she'll just really scream or growl at him. So when she's had enough, and you kind of just, it's funny watching that, because you think, the little lady's had enough of that one now. But yeah, they're funny together. It's good.
Yo, Nico, what's up, dude? What's up, Nico?
Hi, Nico.
Nico, if you end up coming down and you want to do the IRL shit, we're gonna have to do it in Houston. More than likely, I'm moving back. moving back. My old man is on hospice care or whatever, so I made a decision to go back. You know, until whenever, right? So, yo, Nico, it's good to see you, bro. It's good to see you, man. How's everything going, man? How's the family? But yeah, they just get so Matt. They get so crazy.
Yeah,
but it's such a beautiful thing to watch, especially at that age that you're kind of at now, when they're like almost to a year, and then that little bit of personality starts to develop and all that good stuff, you know.
Yeah. I think though the one thing I have noticed is that I think I kept myself pretty young by not having children, like younger. And now that I've got two, they've aged me very quickly. So although I escaped that for quite a few years, all of a sudden I think I've aged about 10 years in the last year.
Old,
so
huh?
oh yeah, definitely. Because they're running about everywhere. Like my knees ache and crack, my back aches, everything. Yeah, it's caught up with me a little bit, I think.
How old are you, Matt?
I was 48 in November, so I'm getting on a bit now.
I will say this though, like there's no way in hell you look 48 years old. So
I was like 52 instead.
You're 52?
No. No, but I'll probably I've had a hard paper round, as they say over here. But yeah, I don't feel it either. When I've actually had a bit of decent sleep and I haven't been working so hard, yeah, I just feel like a kid inside, really. And yeah, the silly side of me comes out as well when I allow it to. But that chimp, I let it kind of run riot for a little bit now and again. Yeah.
How old am I? I'm 21.
Oh yeah, I should have said 21, shouldn't I? Not anyone will
21
believe
years.
me.
I'm just a youngin', bro. You know what I'm saying, Don? I'm just a youngin'. I'm 38, man. I'm 38. But I feel like I'm 21, and sometimes I act like I'm 21. But fortunately, with age comes a little bit of wisdom. So my 21, when I act like I'm 21, it's not the extreme of making all the mistakes that I made when I was 21, right? So I'm just lively, and I got too much energy all the damn time. Sometimes I'm annoying as hell because I don't shut the hell up. You know what I'm saying?
Especially when baby Netzel's about.
Yo, Alex said he thought you were in your 30s. I would have thought that too. I would have thought probably around the same age.
Yeah. No, 10 years older than
calling you
Netzel.
sir. That's how.
Sir, no, don't be doing that.
Yes, sir.
No, don't be doing that.
No. I'm just kidding.
I think yeah, you know William, who we had on a little while ago now.
I remember him, the pool guy.
Yeah. He actually won a tournament last weekend as well. He done really well. I saw
those pictures on Facebook.
Oh, did you? Yeah. But he is so polite, and he always calls me sir. From day one, he called me sir, and he still does now. And we have because he comes from Scotland, and I just kind of call him the King of Scotland. That's our little thing. But yeah, he won a tournament last week, and he done really well with that. But yeah, he's always called me sir, which it just makes me feel so old. But he's so polite as well. He's a good friend, William. He's he's kind of grown into a really good friend, which is a pleasure to know him, and good to have him on here a little while ago as well.
Yeah, he was a good dude for sure.
Yeah, no, he's done well. He's he's sort of going off subject here really a little bit, but he works in a hospital and stuff really hard. He kind of practices snooker when he can and stuff. And he's when he came on, he spoke about a disability that he sort of has. And I know that he really struggles with that. And, his kind of doctor as well sort of said, look, you don't really need to work. I can kind of sign you off so you don't work. But, he's a very proud person who works really hard. And, he just wouldn't even think along those lines. He goes to work every day and puts in the hours and things, and then goes and practices sort of snooker as well, which he's really good at. He's got a real talent for that. Right. Yeah. So he's an inspiration, really, because of his hard work and his kind of morals around family and friends and things like that. He's a good guy.
I agree.
That was an unexpected shout for him. I didn't think we'd be mentioning him tonight, but yeah.
I need to see if he wants to come back at some point too.
Yeah, no, definitely.
On what he was talking about.
Yeah.
What disease is it that he has?
To be honest, it's got a very long name, and I can't really remember off the top
But
of my
what's the
head.
gist of it? It makes like all these.
Yeah, it's to do. I think from sort of what I know, it's to do with sort of muscles and
Yeah, all
nerves
that
and
shit
things in
always
sort of
hurting and
inflammation and
stuff.
stuff like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
and aching stuff. I know. Like he last weekend, he had a really long weekend, sort of like a 3-day tournament. And normally he wasn't too bad around this sort of time, this one, but he has really struggled in the past. And sort of, the pain that he kind of describes to myself that he can be in when he's playing and standing up for so many hours and things, really takes a toll on him. And quite often as well, he's got like I think this last weekend he had like a 7-hour drive to get back home, sort of after being on his feet for 3 days at a tournament as well.
Yeah, worn out.
Yeah, and then normally he wasn't this time. He had the day off afterwards, but normally he's straight back into work the next day as well. So
Right.
yeah, no, he's but yeah, I can't remember off by heart. Should have kept a note of it. But yeah, we'll get him back on again soon as well. So
Absolutely.
well worth a chat.
Well, do you want to kind of dive into tonight's topic here?
Yeah. It's seasonal affective disorder, which a lot of people might have heard of. It's mainly sort of people that seem or appear to be affected by kind of the changes in seasons, and obviously kind of darker nights kind of creeping in, sort of which obviously mainly happens sort of winter time. How that can kind of affect us and make us feel. It's something I'm far more of a kind of hot weather summer person myself, so I don't think it's really the short version is sad, they kind of call it. And I don't really feel that I kind of suffer or struggle with that particularly, but I do notice a difference myself in like how my mood changes this time of year. Christmas has been and gone, and over here especially we have those kind of couple of months, January, February, that are normally cold, wet, snowy, and for a lot of people they can be kind of hard, difficult months to sort of get through. But if you have seasonal affective disorder as well, that can obviously be quite extreme, sort of with sort of quite serious depression, low mood, not wanting to kind of get to work and struggling with work and relationships and things like that. So I thought it'd be quite an interesting subject, really. I know that kind of the weather and the conditions might be a little bit different in where we all live, but sort of I think it might be quite an interesting subject and a way to kind of go through, and one that a lot of people might already kind of know something about, or if not, something that they might spot a few kind of, especially the symptoms, sort of, and kind of recognize some of those feelings that we'll go through as well.
Chat, do you guys have any does anybody here kind of battle this? I know that too, like if you think about it, in some places like was it like Alaska and stuff, to where like in the wintertime they have like darkness almost all day, like almost all 24 hours, I think. So
yeah,
I could definitely see how, like in that kind of extreme climate or change, how that could be a pain in the tail. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But yeah, I should have had a chat with him actually, because James Foster, isn't it? Ace, who used to, he still does a bit of gaming, but when he moved to Finland,
Is that the same setup over there?
yeah, they're kind of they have very short days quite often, and then I've seen clips and videos that he's sent, which have been like, I'm sure they've been like 2-3 o'clock in the morning, where it's bright sunshine as well. So yeah, so yeah, be interesting to sort of see how he finds that. Really, I'll have to kind of catch up with him as well and see if he wants to pop on sometime to update us on how he's getting on as well. But yeah,
I can barely keep relationships with people in the winter. I do a little. I just want to hibernate this time of year.
Yeah,
sometimes it's just cold. You're like, man, I just want to crawl in bed and sleep, bro.
I do feel. I really feel like a bear some days. I really do feel like an old grizzly bear that I could just kind of curl up in a ball somewhere. And
or when it's cold in your house, because I keep my house cold, right? So like you're like, oh, it's just nice and comfortable.
Yeah,
I want to get out of bed. I just want to do that.
Some people really like the cold though as well. Like whereas I like I really like the summer and the sunshine. I've always been like an outdoors sort of summer person. Thrive when it's like baking hot. Probably not the same sort of weather as you get over there, Chris, really. But and then other people, they kind of thrive during the winter and love, like, you know, the cold conditions, and really struggle during the summer. So it really can be sort of kind of an individual thing, really, of how we kind of react to those seasons and what's going on during the time. So
Yeah, I think summertime for me is more of a pain in the tail than it is
is it?
anything else,
Yeah.
because it's just so hot and humid. And I'm like, I don't even want to go do nothing, bro. But
No.
outside when it's cold, man, it's just, because I can always put on jackets and stuff and then be just fine. But you can only lawfully take off so many amount of clothes when you're out in public. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's
Did
still
you
hot. You know,
did you find that when you were serving as well? Because I take it like you train in different conditions and things, don't you?
it's just
And
hot.
stuff.
I
Is
don't
it?
like the heat. Yeah.
Yeah. No.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't really favor it at all. But you
Mm.
got to look to my life. The things that I've cherished most in life growing up were hunting and all
Mm.
that stuff, and that's all when it's supposed to be cold weather. So like
Yeah. Yeah.
maybe I just automatically associate those good times when I was younger with
Yeah, that's
cold.
true.
So
Yeah, that might come up during this article, actually, of those sort of differences and some of the things that they mention, and some of the things that I kind of know that are kind of good coping mechanisms are planning to do, enjoying things that bring you enjoyment during those seasons that you don't perhaps kind of cope with as well.
right,
So if you're looking forward to hunting and things like that during those times, that'd fit in really well, really, of kind of trying to lift yourself up during those times when you might be
right.
feeling a little bit down otherwise. So yeah.
Now there is a benefit to summertime, right? That is going to the beach and seeing all the
Mm,
pretty ladies. You know what I'm saying, chat? You know what I'm
mm,
saying? That would be the only incentive. All right. Other than that, it's too hot, and I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to deal with the
mm.
mosquitoes. I don't want to deal with the humid hot air.
Yeah,
Just don't
sand in
like
your ice cream, that's not a
I
good
don't
thing to
like
deal with.
it. All right. So seasonal affective disorder, or SAD, is a type of recurrent major depressive disorder in which episodes of depression occur during the same season each year. This condition is sometimes called the winter blues because the most common seasonal pattern is for depressive episodes to appear in the fall or winter and remit in the spring. Less commonly, SAD can occur in summer depression, typically beginning in late spring or early summer and remitting in the fall. SAD may be related to changes in the amount of daylight a person receives. To be diagnosed with SAD, an individual must meet the criteria for major depression coinciding with specific seasons for at least 2 years. The individual must experience seasonal depression much more frequently than any non-seasonal depression. Right. So, I mean, it's just like we were just talking about, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. No, very much so. It's yeah, it's I've met so many people, really, that perhaps didn't even think about sort of this originally, and I'd sort of feel, I kind of feel so down and so bad at the moment, and then through talking to them, they kind of mentioned some of the symptoms that we're kind of going to go on to here, where then I've referred them to their GP and have then been diagnosed with this. So
Right.
yeah, so many people that might not realize why they're feeling so low and down, but then they kind of tick all the boxes that are kind of indicated here, and it will go on here as well to obviously mention some of the things that can kind of help with that, which I know that they've kind of used. One of them, which gets mentioned a lot, is like a sun lamp. And they, kind of spending a bit of time underneath a light, a special kind of light that they can get, has really made a difference to them. But we'll come on to that in a minute as well.
So, Coley, how was your dinner, bro? Good to see you, bud. What'd you eat? Did you eat some steak? I'm in a steak mood again. All right,
Yeah.
let's see. Symptoms. All right, so these are some of the symptoms, right? Not everyone has the same, but according to the DSM-5, symptoms commonly associated with winter blues include the following. Feelings of hopelessness and sadness, thoughts of suicide, hypersomnia, or a tendency to oversleep, a change in appetite, especially a craving for sweet or starchy food, weight gain, a heavy feeling in the arms or legs, a drop in energy level, decreased physical activity, fatigue, difficulty concentrating, irritability, increased sensitivity to social rejection, and avoiding social situations. God, look at so here's before we talk about that, here's some symptoms of summer SAD, right? Poor appetite, weight loss, insomnia, agitation, and anxiety. But it's crazy that the list is so different.
Yeah. But there's some things on there as well, like poor appetite during the
both. Right?
yeah. But poor appetite during the summer. When it's hot, my appetite goes right down anyway.
Right.
Because of the heat. So I don't really, and I kind of lose a little bit of weight during the summer as well. Right. So, and I wouldn't say that kind of, I kind of struggle with SAD. But so some of the symptoms on there, we kind of automatically might sort of think, oh yeah, that happens to me. But it doesn't necessarily mean that this is what you're kind of struggling with either, because some of those, I think that's why sometimes it's so hard to kind of diagnose or not diagnose people with some things, because we can all kind of connect with some of these things on here, but it's then when it's joined together with like the severe depression, anxiety and things like that as well, like panic attacks and things sort of come.
A lot of things kind of cross over too to other diagnoses all day,
Yeah.
All right, symptoms of SAD tend to reoccur at about the same time every year. To be diagnosed with SAD, the changes in mood should not be a direct result of obvious seasonal stressors, such as being regularly unemployed during the winter. Usually, this form of depression is mild or moderate. However, some people experience severe symptoms that leave them unable to function in their daily lives.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Causes. The cause for SAD is unknown. There is some evidence that is related to the body's level of melatonin, a hormone secreted by the pineal gland that regulates sleep-wake cycle.
Yeah, that's not where you might think that is either.
I know.
Yeah, it's a small gland that's sort of in the center of your brain, sort of there, that kind of reacts to a lot to do with kind of light. So darkness and things like that, and it releases melatonin, which is a hormone.
As the winter days get shorter and darker, melatonin production in the body increases, and people tend to feel sleepier and more lethargic. Alternatively, people with SAD may have trouble regulating their levels of serotonin, a neurotransmitter that influences mood. Finally, research has suggested that people with SAD also may produce less vitamin D in response to the sunlight. Vitamin D is believed to play a role in serotonin activity. An insufficient vitamin D level is associated with clinically significant depression symptoms. There are several factors known to increase an individual's chance of developing SAD. For example, SAD is more frequent in people who live far north or south of the equator. Additionally, people with a family history of other types of depression are more likely to develop SAD than people who do not have such family history. Which I mean, that what they're saying with the opposite sides of the equator, I think tying to what we were talking about with Alaska, with the during the winter having less daylight during the day. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely. Yeah. Daylight's a massive thing here as well, because that's where you get some of those, obviously those vitamins from and things like that, and the kind of the warmth as well. So, sunlight's a big sort of factor of this, really.
Oh, look at this. So treatment to alleviate the symptoms of SAD typically includes some combination of light therapy, vitamin D supplementation, antidepressant medication, and counseling. Light therapy, huh?
Yeah, there's it literally is. There's special lamps that you can sort of buy with or sort of bulbs as well.
Is that kind of like when a baby has jaundice and they have to stay under the light? Because Casey had jaundice when she was born.
Oh, okay.
And she had to stay under like some UV light or something like that for to get the something that starts with the B levels.
Bilinonin. It's a little bit different, I think. I'd have to have a look at that into myself, to be honest. So I wouldn't, because I'm up to date with some sort of areas of jaundice, but that was mainly due to kind of liver problems and things like that, and stuff through addictions and bits. So I haven't really, to be honest, heard about the light therapy sort of used in that. But yeah, on this one, it's sort of spending 30 minutes. I think it says here 30 sort of minutes of 60 minutes sort of a day underneath sort of a certain light, which you kind of get the warmth, the heat from that, and it helps with sort of obviously the building up your vitamins as well and your mood. So I've seen a little bit of little bit of difference within that. So some people seem to react to it really well, while others not so well. But it's certainly a thing that's very commonly used with SAD.
It's called bilirubin or bilirubin.
Oh, okay.
Bilirubin.
Yeah.
So basically, infant jaundice occurs because the baby's blood contains an excess of bilirubin, a yellow pigment of red blood cells. Right.
Yeah.
So, but I guess the UV light ends up whatever.
Yeah, I'll read up on that myself, because I hadn't realized that UV light was used in that way. But yeah, I'll have a look.
I think it is. I'm not one
Yeah.
of it was a light, right? And I just remember like I distinctly, I'll never forget this, right? Putting Casey under that light and the doctor's telling me that she needs to stay under it, but Casey was crying and I lost it. Like I went in the bathroom and I cried myself because she was crying and I couldn't do anything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No.
So I just went and grabbed her out of it, and then like then they kept telling me to put her back underneath the light. So I did.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know how it goes.
Yeah.
No, newborn baby, you just want to hold her. You know what I'm saying? Like she's crying. I'm her dad. You know
it's a natural instinct that you, even for that crying, isn't it? You want that to stop and to comfort them. And,
oh man,
that's so hard.
It broke my heart, man. It really did. I'll never forget that.
I think like Emma, really, she, if the children sort of cry here, Emma will say, I feel it in my stomach, which is certainly a women's thing, that they have that connection. But I think for men and for dads as well, it just tugs at every heartstring that you've got.
That protector nature, you know, like let's see. I read that. Because winter depression. Well, before we do that, so John said they use an infrared sauna, which red lights help during the long Minnesota winters. Yeah, that's interesting. I didn't know that either.
No, it sounds quite good as well. That sounds quite comfortable. So,
because winter depression may be a reaction to lack of sunlight, broadband light therapy is frequently used as a treatment option. This involves exposure to bright artificial light that mimics outdoor light for a period of time in the morning. It requires the use of a light box or a light visor worn on the head like a cap. The individual either sits in front of a light box or wears the light visor for a certain length of time each day. Generally, light therapy takes between 30 and 60 minutes each day throughout the fall and winter. The exact amount of time varies with each individual. When light therapy is sufficient to reduce symptoms and to increase energy level, the individual continues to use it until enough daylight is available, typically in the springtime. Stopping light therapy too soon can cause a result in return of symptoms. When used properly, light therapy has a few side effects. The side effects that do arise include eye strain, headache, fatigue, and irritability. Inability to sleep can occur if light therapy is administered too late in the day. People with bipolar disorder, skin that is sensitive to light, or medical conditions that may make their eyes vulnerable to light damage may not be good candidates for light therapy. When light therapy does not improve symptoms within a few days, medication or behavioral therapy, such as cognitive behavioral therapy, may be introduced. In some cases, light therapy can be used in combination with one or all these therapies. Yeah. So there's also, like, to my understanding, maybe you guys can help me out with this, right? Maybe you guys can help me out with this. But to my understanding, and I've always been told this, but I don't know if there's any scientific truth to it. I guess sunlight from in the morning when the sun comes up is also like beneficial to your eyes and your vision and stuff like that. It has something to do with the way the sun is shining. So I definitely see how, like, just even the nature side of it, if that's true, would also affect some of these things. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think that's certainly true from like the vitamins that we kind of gain from that, which also helps like our immune system and things like that as well. So when you think about, especially kind of those winter months when you've got a lot less sunlight, there's normally, in a way, isn't it, because of the cold weather and the conditions, there's normally kind of a lot more colds, flus about, more viruses that we can kind of pick up as well, which all add to kind of knocking sort of our mood and bringing that down in different ways. And obviously with the lack of sunlight as well, with the shorter days and things, even if there's sunlight around and stuff, it's the quality of it as well, isn't it? Because quite often it's overcast, or the sky is very grey, which is kind of covering the sun a lot as well. So that first kind of daylight of sunlight that we normally get in spring, summer, can obviously really make a difference to us. So, but then there are people as well that struggle with this during the summer months instead of the winter months. So
right. Yeah. And I don't really suffer with it per se. I wouldn't think, but I can tell you, just in the summertime, I am more inclined to stay inside. just because. But once again, too, you got to remember, you got to take into account like the humidity of the environment that I'm in. So especially down south, like Houston way, it's just humid because we're close to the coast, you know. So it's like, ugh, you know what I mean? Wade said he had jaundice when his baby broke my mom's heart. I had it too. I think I had it, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, there's it's quite common, really, isn't it, in newborn babies and things as well. You know, sort of takes a little bit of time for sort of our bodies to adjust and things. I don't think it was something that I had when I was born. But yeah, it's you know, it's pretty common really in babies to kind of have a little bit of it. I think Charlie actually did. There was a couple of days where Charlie had a kind of a little bit of it, but they weren't too worried about him, and then it just kind of cleared up itself. So
so self-care help. Self-care is an important part of treatment for those with SAD. It is important to monitor mood and energy level, take advantage of available sunlight, plan pleasurable activities for the winter season, plan physical activities, approach the winter season with a positive attitude. When symptoms develop, seek help sooner rather than later, right?
Yeah. It's very I think it's one of those things where it's, you know, it's once you're used to it, I think it's, and you recognize it, I think it's you know, one of those things where it's very good to have a plan in place where you're kind of ready for those kind of months, whether it is the summer, whether it is the winter, that kind of affect you. And like it said, there really is, have a list of those activities where you sort of think, right, you know, during these months I can get involved in these clubs, these groups, these sports, you know, these kind of activities that will help me through that, and something to look forward to as well. I know a few people that actually book kind of to go away for a couple of holidays during the winter, so they don't actually have a summer sort of holiday or vacation. They actually break the winter period up by having 2 sort of holidays in there, so they can go away, get a little bit of warm sunlight sort of for a couple of weeks or a week. Then they kind of come back, you know, feeling a lot better during that time. And then once they kind of know that they start sort of flagging again, or their mood sort of is likely to change, they then go on a second holiday to just break those months up. So, but obviously not everybody can kind of either afford to do that or have the time to do that. So, but that's the way that they're kind of cope with it themselves.
That makes sense. So chat, any outside of this, you know, like, does anybody find themselves like migrating towards having that kind of stuff, or is it just kind of your basic like, ugh, it's hot, or god dang, it's cold outside, you know what I'm saying? Like I've noticed too that, and this has kind of been my whole life, like as far as weight goes, I've always fluctuated, right? It just kind of depends on what it is. Like sometimes I get down to like fucking 190, sometimes I'm at like 215, you know. I kind of stay in, like steadily rotating in between. I've never really, I don't think it was weather per se, you know.
I've actually noticed with myself is that recently, I think because my time's been a little bit restricted, where I haven't had so much free time and things like that, it's far too easy to kind of sit at a desk working with people and kind of snacking. So I know with myself, I've kind of gone into a little bit of comfort eating now and again, which is quite a common thing to sort of do. You know, where I think, oh, you know, I can't get out, I can't do this today, and I'll kind of, because of that sort of feeling, I'll then kind of go to the cupboard instead. And I think it's a little bit out of boredom as well, in a way, a bit. So, you know, because you're not actually doing the things that you'd like to do. So comfort eating is quite a common thing for a lot of people. But yeah, I've noticed myself doing that more recently. So I need to get more active again.
Right. Gunnar, are you still here? Yo, Gunnar, are you still here?
I like the idea of John's infrared sauna though. That sounds comfortable. Quite a relaxing thing to do, I would have thought.
I think that pretty much covers what we're going to talk about, chat. So if you guys got anything, if y'all want to talk about how your week is going, I also wanted to bring up the fact that a lot of people have talked about wanting to be guests on here.
Yeah.
And I want to encourage everybody who wants to do that to go to the Discord, right? And in the mental health section, there's a mental health guest.
Yeah.
All right. Let me go ahead and make sure that that's figured out and ready to rock and roll.
Have we got anyone in there at the moment that's put their name?
I have not seen.
Yeah, I have to keep reminding myself to check that. To be honest, we got a really good list of guests coming up recently. Anthony, who was we've had a couple of little technical things with Anthony. One technical thing was that I actually fell asleep last week and didn't wake up in time, which again I apologise for. Can't believe I've done that last week. But yeah, Anthony, who is a professional boxer, he's going to be here next Saturday. So our stream next week will be on a Saturday instead. He was going to come on again this evening, but he's actually got a fight sort of that's coming up that he's training for. And because he's UK based, staying up until sort of this sort of time of night over here, it was going to kind of impact on his training for his fight that he's got coming up. So he wasn't able to do that, but he's going to be here next Saturday. So we've got him to look forward to. He's got a great story about sort of losing everything basically, and then kind of changing that right around to becoming a professional boxer. So that'll be really interesting. And I think both myself and Chris have been really looking forward to speaking with him. And then we got a few other people lined up sort of for the weeks after that as well. So
yeah, so I'm excited. So chat, I just cleared out that list. If you guys want to be a guest on here, right, we would be honored to have you. All you have to do is just hop in that MH Friday guest list and put your name down, right? Because we're gonna have to get a schedule, right? So just please feel free to add yourself in there, okay?
Yeah.
And
any subjects that people would want to talk about as well. So if you don't actually want to kind of come on and talk about them yourself, any suggestions about topics that you would like to be covered, any ideas that perhaps we haven't mentioned already that you'd like us to have a look at for you. With those as well, if you don't want to come on yourself, I'll always try and find sort of there's lots of different ways at the minute, which is great to sort of invite people on, sort of other guests that have got knowledge in certain areas. So we can kind of find people that have got experience in those subjects to come on as well and talk about their experiences with them. And I think Chris, well, we mentioned William sort of earlier, but there's a few couple of people that I'd like to kind of catch up on, that some of you might not have met on here before because of being new and things like that, or fairly new. But we've had some good guests on in the past that we might sort of look at inviting back as well. So.
Yep. I'm excited. Right. I'm excited. This is going to be a good year. I don't know how efficient this is for everybody with this Melon app or whatever, but I think maybe Matt, I might just move it over to Zoom, right?
Yeah, we was thinking about that, wasn't we? And there's a few other options for us doing that as well. So sort of
we just still stream it here. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, chat, but it's just we might use the communication side of it through Zoom instead of a Melon app.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess kind of in closing, Matt, you got anything?
No, not really. No, just hope that was interesting for people. Really, it's a subject that we hadn't covered before, and one that had been on my mind for a little bit, especially with sort of the way that weather had been over here and stuff. And sort of a few people seem to kind of know about it and to be aware of it, but there's an awful lot of people that I speak to, and as soon as you mention SAD to them, they don't know anything about it at all. So it's useful to kind of talk about, because it's a lot of the times we can go along and just work through feelings and kind of problems that we've got, and sort of know that we feel down, but not understand why we actually feel that way. So, and SAD covers a lot of those times when people might not connect, the changing environment, changing weather conditions and things like that, sort of with the way that they're feeling.
Right. Yeah. So that'll definitely work. All right. Well, Matt, another good weekend, I guess. Did you get with him about next Saturday?
Yeah, he's confirmed for that next Saturday. So all being well, it will be us and Anthony here next Saturday.
All right. So next week, chat, the mental health stream will be on Saturday instead of Friday, right?
Yeah.
So if you guys are down, come on with it. It'll be cool having this boxer dude, right? Like I think it's gonna be kind of a cool, different experience, and
Yeah.
I'm excited about it personally, right?
Yeah, no, I've been really looking forward to that one, and yeah, we've had I think is it third time lucky or fourth time lucky? We're gonna kind of have him on, hopefully, all being well. So
All right.
as long as I'll have to chase the gremlins away beforehand, and I'll have to set my alarm as well, make sure that I'm awake. So yeah, be good.
All righty. Well, chat, we love you guys, man. Love y'all, love y'all, love y'all. I hope y'all have a good weekend. I hope y'all have had a good week this past week and enjoy the weekend, and then get motivated for next week, you know, and we'll be out here rocking and rolling.
Yep.
Love you guys, man. Matt, as always, much love. Appreciate
Yep.
you. And we'll be back next week. Yeah.
Yeah, you too. Have a good weekend, everybody. See you soon.
All right. We'll see you guys.
Bye. Bye.